Man United versus Liverpool is the next fixture. What exactly is going on? Injuries again are re-emerging at our beloved club. What on earth is jinxing this club of ours? Meanwhile, what is Eric Ten Hag's plan when it comes to Manuel Ugarte? Will he be making his debut for United? And what's going on? We haven't seen him being officially unveiled as a Man United player. I'm here to give you all those details. My name is Webb, but first things first, guys, how have you been? I hope you've had an exciting day. There's been, again, a bit of some sad news yet again as we do talk injuries again. That is a recent post on Instagram by Mason Mount. During the last game, I picked up a minor muscle issue. I've had it checked, and it looks like I will be out for a few games leading up to the up to and during the preseason. I worked hard to get my fitness back to where it needs to be, and I felt re-energized, sharp, and ready. I wanted you to hear it directly from me, how frustrated I am, as I expect you are too. I will do everything possible to be back in the best shape and help the team. This is according to Mason Mount. Now, can I be honest? This is bad. This is sad. No player would wish to be injured. No player would want to be, disturbed by injuries, especially if you're a Mason Mount who has not proven yourself at a club. You are signed for a lot of money. This was the only chance. I feel like this is the chance. This is a second chance to life for Mason Mount. I feel like that is what Ineos are thinking. That's why he's not up for sale. They are thinking, I mean, he has not been given enough time. He arrived fit. The manager seems to have a lot of trust in him. Let's wait for him to be fit and we see what he can do. Now, Mount is again facing the same injury problems that saw him not enjoy so much football last time. Well, perhaps it's not only that, because I also don't think, in terms of his individual performances, he would have really got a lot of chances ahead of Bruno Fernandes. And again, we are yet to clearly understand where his exact role in the team. And don't get it twisted. Mount has got a few positives about him. The last two games he looked okay. I mean, in terms of how he plays when he don't have the ball and stuff like that. But it's sort of worrying on his behalf to see that he's going through such an ordeal again, because I don't think Ineos will be so patient with him. So they've got to figure out a way of ensuring that he can stay fit. And I am hoping this issue that he says minor is going to keep him out for only a few games, because as it is now, there is no clear date of when he will return. It's possible he could return on the 6th of October. October. This is according to what we see. 6th of October could be the time he returns. I mean, we don't know. We don't know when, but it's early days, but he will be out for some time. Of course, the other injured players are Rasmus Højlund, whose return is still away. 14th of the next month is when he could return. It's a sad thing to see that this is happening to Mason Mount, but I honestly don't think Mount's career is safe at Man United. He's just enjoying his money, but I don't think his career is safe. That's the honest truth. Now, leaving that, today we've got a good update on a youngster we are signing, Sekou Kone, as he finalized his medical, passed everything, and he is about to be confirmed as a Manchester United player. I told you that in these coming days, we should expect to see confirmations of young players. And I think I sort of feel like Sekou Kone, by the way, could knock the door on the senior team, be one of those options we bring in the middle. In the event that Man United does not add on a holding midfielder to Manuel Ugarte, I have a feeling that Sekou Kone could get a chance to be introduced on the senior team and kept somewhere around as a third, or an outside option in case we need him. Come in, get a few minutes in a few games in the Carabao Cup and stuff, where we are going to be playing against Barnsley, by the way, according to the draws in the third round of the Carabao Cup. So he's being confirmed by the club. And of course, on the same day today, Scott McTominay was welcomed like a hero by Napoli. He was welcomed as a hero, and it's a good thing to see that really he's loved. And they say one man's meat is another man's poison. Poison. You love to see that Scott McTominay is loved in Napoli. I think that's what we wish for him. There is no hurt feelings, I think, between Man United supporters and Scott McTominay and where he's headed. Now that he has already arrived, I think you should expect to see the confirmation coming soon when it comes to Manuel Ugarte. Harry Maguire and Kobe Maino are the two United players in the England squad named uh, for their upcoming games. As they name there, of course, they've got an interim manager, that is Castley, who has stepped up from the under 21s to be in charge of the England team. He has summoned his first squad, and of course, Kobe, unsurprisingly, perhaps Harry Maguire could be the surprise of the names that have been selected. So, two United players in there. I think the obvious ones you would expect. Again, Marcus Rashford has no room in this squad yet. I don't know whether there will be a way back for Marcus Rashford into the England squad. When it comes to the transfers in terms of the situation to do with Raheem Sterling and Jadon Sancho, it is looking increasingly likely that Jadon Sancho might be headed to Juventus, even if he seems to like the idea of joining Chelsea. He seems to be willing to stay in England. He perhaps prefers or prioritizes staying in England, but he will probably have not so much to say when it comes to making a choice between the two. I think wherever Man United accepts to send him, he will go when it comes to the two options available. And the debates are still going on whether of course, now people are bringing Anthony in the whole conversation, saying, how do we keep Anthony and let go of Jadon Sancho? And I'm thinking, man, these are misguided arguments because it's not about who is better or who is not. It's about a player who cannot play under a certain manager. Because it's not about Sancho is not let go of because he's a bad player and he can't play for United at all. It's because he's an indisciplined player in the eyes of the manager in place, and you cannot have a player who will not sub due to the authority of the manager. It's impossible. So I think we just need to get that clear and move on from the whole back and forth about whether we've got to let go of Sancho or keep him. I think we don't because he's useless to us if Eric Ten Hag is still the boss. That's the reality. So in terms of Raheem Sterling, we are still waiting, but I think we can now focus on seeing Sancho go out, whether it's for Raheem Sterling go to Juventus in a loan deal with an obligation to buy. I think that could not be something for us to really dwell on a lot currently. So when it comes to Manuel Ugarte and making his debut with Man United, I think uh, that's the intention. That's what the team would want. Of course, perhaps he might not start the game on Sunday, but the expectation is that Manuel Ugarte, every person I've tried to contact at Man United is expecting Manuel Ugarte to be in the squad to play against Liverpool and perhaps even make a debut off the bench. That's the expectation, that he will be in the squad and perhaps come off the bench and have a few minutes maybe in the game. So we are still waiting, but I think for us to dwell a lot on that, we first need to see whether or not they will unveil him today or tomorrow. It could be later today or tomorrow. So, but probably the plan is for them to unveil several players at a go. I think they are working on United is working on the Sekou Kone unveiling because he has been, the documents and everything have been done. They are working on Shido Obi Martin and I think Manuel Ugarte. The idea is probably to get them in at the same time and make it, I think, one big introduction, if I would call it that. So it's sort of a slow day for Man United, to be honest. It's been a slow day, but not for a lack of progress. But I think they're just trying to go through a lot of processes and stuff so that they get everything right. But that's why the Jinx is back. Mason Mount, you can give me your opinion whether you think there is a place for Mount in the new United. The things we are seeing happening and changing at Man United. Do you think Mason Mount will have space with the injuries he's beginning to face? I don't know what you think, but for me, I don't think there is anywhere we shall fix him because the new United is going to be too much for players like him. My name is Webb. Like, share, subscribe, and I will be back later to give you my probable starting 11 for Man United. This game is on Sunday, so probably tomorrow is when I'll give you my probable starting 11 when it comes to this game. Like, share, and subscribe, and let me catch you later, fam.